Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 19th of November. Jesus teaches us to pray, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, or save us from the time of trial and deliver us from evil. Some translations have it as deliver us from the evil one. And as I sat thinking about this, it turned into a sort of 2.5 hour discussion on the nature of good and evil and how it all works. And I have to rein ourselves in and just sort of one or two thoughts. Basically, we need to remember that good and evil are present in the world, and that we will face temptation, and there will be challenges, and we will have to make some kind of choice. The world might tend to say that good and evil are essentially two sides of the same thing. We have Star Wars talking about the dark side of the Force, and many people buy into that. Yin and yang, there is no such thing as the devil and evil. That's all fairy tales. Whereas Scripture tells us, no, there is very definitely a devil who is out there to try and undo what God has done and will tempt us and try and get us to turn away from God. Adam and Eve listened to the temptation and fell. We see the devil trying to tempt Job, and Job not falling. But the other thing we see in that temptation of Job is that the devil is limited. He cannot do anything more than what God will allow him to do. And so that means that the devil can never act outside of what God will allow. He can never do anything outside of the will of God, which is a good thing, because otherwise, if the devil could act outside of God's will, he might be able to undo God. He might be autonomous of God and be able to stand completely opposed to God. Where Scripture teaches he is restricted, he is bound. And in Revelation it says he will ultimately be cast out. So God is in control. And so day by day we face the challenge of good and evil. And when we say, save us from the time of trial and deliver us from evil, we're not saying, God, make us strong so that we can stand. We might pray that, but we know that we can't. And time and again we will have been tempted and we will have failed. And so we're asking, Lord, you deliver us. You keep us going. You protect us. Because certainly in my case, if you leave it up to me, I will fall. Maybe not in every single instance, but sufficient times to become a real problem. So God, deliver us from evil. That is our prayer. So know that God is with you as you face all these choices and temptations and have to make the call. And may he guide you into what is right. But always remember, when we fail, and we do, we have a God of love who will welcome us back with open arms. Know that and be blessed.